Right, first question I want to ask. Why the hell has it taken so long to get a Souls of Mischief album? Like, what's the beef? Like, hip-hop has been wanting this for a long time.
We took a time machine to the future, man. We've been, you know, we was like 2075, you know what I'm saying, trying to straighten some things out. Because, you know, hip-hop, you know, some shit happened to it. We want to make sure we get that out the way.
I get you.
Come back to the present. And then, you know, Chris Paul hooked up with him and stuff.
Right. It was in remission. It was problems with it, and you wait for it to die down, and you come do your thing.
Right.
I get you. This is something that's kind of bugged me out about you guys, because I see a lot of classic groups, a lot of legendary groups break up and make up, but you guys have stuck together throughout, 18, 20 years together, right? Some of you guys went to school together, you guys have been down since forever. What's your secret? Because groups like APMD have broken up, they got back together, Run DMC, you know, they don't speak to each other. What's your guys' secret?
Man, I think, I can't speak for everybody's experience because I don't know those guys personally, but just the way the music industry works is they normally just pair people together, like some outside producer is like, yo, you should meet my fam over here and we can do a song together and I'll hook you with this guy and whatever, and then, you know, you meet and you get this sort of camaraderie, and then that goes away, and, you know, it's easily just like, yo, I didn't even know this dude in the beginning anyway, and I don't like him or whatever. Whereas like Souls of Mischief, we was friends first and foremost. Like, we hung out, you know what I'm saying? We got in fights together, you know what I'm saying? We didn't had each other's back in numerous different ways, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? It's not really a musical act, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do music, but we brothers first and foremost, you know what I mean? So even though, you know, you're going to have arguments with your friends and fall out with your friends, you can't never fall out with your brother, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we blood, even though we don't really have the same mom or whatever. It feels like it sometimes because I know everybody's moms, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. So, you know, it's just like we just one big family, and we would never let nothing petty get between, you know, the love and respect that we have for each other.
Okay. Let's take it back to the years 93 to about 95. You guys have come out of high school, you dropped your first album 93. How did you guys know how to make them singles? Like, who taught you them hooks? Not who taught the hooks, but who taught you how to do hooks? Who taught you how to make music? Because 93 to Infinity and No Man's Land are pretty polished albums from young cats. So did you guys know that yourself, or did someone teach you that show you the ropes?
Man, we grew up on hip hop, dude. KRS-One taught us how to make hooks, and Just Ice, and you know, UTFO, cats like that. I mean, really, growing up that era, pre-94, like, if you was down with hip hop, you had to know your stuff, really, you know, like, you had to be able to do just more than rap. You had to be able to do graffiti and breakdance and all that. Like, it was a serious culture. So we were raised up, like, at that age, we felt like we were seasoned. I mean, now, you know, in hindsight, of course, we didn't know anything, but at that time, we felt like, dude, we doing it, man. We real rappers. Like, when we were kids, we didn't have to come out with a record to be rappers. We were rappers since we were little kids. Like, man, I'm a rapper, you know, like. So I say really hip hop raised us. I think Dale and Sir Jinx too, as far as putting songs together, really got on us. And I say Cube would be in there getting on Dale to have him sort of construct songs. But really, man, just hip hop taught us, man. Like, but that's because hip hop was giving out that kind of information and instruction during that era. You know, now it's like you listen to records and it's the same record over and over again. That's not everybody. That's just what gets promoted the most to the kids. You know, but when we were little, first of all, we were searching for the music. It wasn't on the radio and all that kind of stuff. And then when we found it, you could tell the guys put a lot of time into putting the whole albums together. It wasn't about singles, it was about albums and how the songs sort of interconnected.
Okay. I've always seen Souls of Mischief as a group that pushes the envelope. A lot of diversity in your music, whether it be with the sounds or with your guys' flow. There's tracks like What a Way to Go, 93 until Infinity, Fresh Dope which we spoke before, Bump Shit, and then on the new album you got One. Is it One?
One.
Yeah, it's got a different kind of sound to it. It's got a rock influence into it. Do you feel that there's a changing of the guard in hip hop, in rap, in terms of musically and creatively?
I would hope so. You know, I would hope to see that people would get more creative. But I don't think that people are not being as creative. I just think that, you know, there's so much money to be made in rap now. You know what I mean? It's as opposed to just every label initially was an independent label. You know what I mean? Like Select Records or whatever, Def Jam. All these things were all independent labels. You know what I'm saying? And like now, bigger corporations have, you know, bought them out. So it's, you know, it's just it's more of a money making machine type of thing. And there used to be radio stations that wasn't all owned by Clear Channel. You know what I mean? So this radio station would play, you know, whatever their little local niche market would happen. So I don't think that creativity has gone anywhere. It's just like you would think that with the birth of MTV Raps and Yo MTV or Rap City, that it would be better and more diverse hip hop that you would see now. But I mean, there's an actual concerted effort to try to make sure that the youth, especially black youth in America, just get dumbed down with a bunch of negative imagery all the time. You know what I'm saying? So they could. To me, it's on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's not just because these guys are just in the studio banging out hot joints. I mean, there's a lot of people making music and got videos and everything. You know what I'm saying? But
And swag.
for some reason,
Bling, swag.
that's all you see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just this same. You see the same stereotypical image over and over and over and over again. And so, you know what I mean? That's just getting played out. For me to watch it on television all the time, but I don't think it's taken away from where the creative energy is happening in hip hop music. It's still people that's making great music. You know what I'm saying? Progressive, highly, you know, super avant-garde, next level music that don't sound like nothing. But are you gonna see it on MTV or hear it on the Clear Channel radio station? I highly doubt it.
But going back to that, about the imagery, and that you feel that there's a conscious effort to put these negative images or stereotypes, as you called it, to young black men in America. How can we change that? How can that be changed? Is that something that artists, if they reach a certain level, that they can change it from within, or does it require movement?
It starts with education. You know what I'm saying? For your own self. If you have knowledge of self and you have, you know, you can look around and pick apart all of this false imagery that's around you, then you won't be affected by it. Like, I'm not affected by all that imagery, you know what I'm saying? But someone else that just hasn't had the same opportunities as me to have, like, my father and my uncle teach me about world history and put everything into a context. It's easy for me to look at it and be like, oh, that's not what we are because we was kings and queens before that, you know what I'm saying? So some people don't really have that knowledge. And that's on purpose as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant battle. You know what I mean? But it's my responsibility that if I could ever speak to like a young kid or have an influence on the youth, you know what I'm saying, to get him into thinking about educating himself first and foremost, and don't let mainstream media outlets, you know, be his path to learning things.